Shalom Aleichem, this is Rabbi Kovacs, and Mishnah Yomi is continuing in chapter 5 of Sukkah at Mishnah Dalet. Now, so far we've discussed the preparations, the Simchat Beit haShoeva, the mechitza they would make between the men and the women for the celebration, and the preparation of the giant menorot with the copious oil. Now, in Mishnah Dalet, we get to the actual celebration. Chasidim, the Chasids, V'anshe Ma'aseh, and men of great deeds. We were talking about the tzaddikim, the gedolei ador, the rosh yeshivot. Hayu meraktim lifnehem. They would dance in front of them. Be'avukot shel or shebidehem, with torches of fire in their hands. Now, a couple of great points here. The tzaddikim and the gedolim were the ones dancing, and the uneducated people, the amei haaretz, regular people, were not dancing. And there are two complementary reasons for this. The first is the Nisuch HaMayim. We're celebrating the water libation. This is a halacha l'Moshe Sinai. It's not explicit in the Torah, but it's passed down through our Mesorah, and it's hinted to with a remez in the pasuk and a drasha of Chazal. So it's a celebration of the power of Mesorah. And the tzaddikim, the gedolei ador, the rosh yeshiva, the teachers, the rebbeim, they're the ones who are taking and passing down and spreading the Mesorah. So beautiful. Also, if someone's really not educated and they're dancing and they're singing, and I'm not saying there was drinking, but maybe somebody would drink at such an occasion, they might get carried away and they might take it too far. But people who are really Hasidim Anshe Maaseh, they're not going to go too far, even though they're indulging in a wonderful celebration. And also, the torches, they weren't just holding torches. The Gemara says they were juggling torches and doing all sorts of tricks and acrobatics and amazing things during their dancing. Now, this is not to say that people who were not the Rosh Yeshiva weren't dancing at all. The practice we have at modern simchas and weddings of walking in a line is not halachically dancing. The Gemara says dancing is something where one leg is coming up, and then before the first leg meets the ground again, the second leg is already coming up. It's some sort of advanced, something more advanced than walking in a line. The Omrim lifnehem, and they were singing in front of them, divrei shirot v'tishbachot, words of song and praise. They're praising Hashem, and the Rabbi Nur brings from the Gemara an amazing thing that the Zakanim, the tzaddikim, the Zakanim were saying, Ashrei Yildutenu, it's fortunate in our youth that it didn't embarrass us in our old age. Like they're saying, we didn't do anything wrong in our youth. We were in yeshiva, we were in kollel, we weren't wasting time, and so now we're very proud of everything we've accomplished. And other people would say, fortunate is our old age, that is atoning for our youth, meaning, okay, when we were young, we maybe had some indiscretions, maybe we weren't so careful in all areas of halacha, but now that we're older and wiser and educated, and we're keeping halacha, then we're equal. We have also this benefit. And then all of them would join together, and they'd say, Ashrei Mishal Ohota, it's great if you didn't make a mistake, but if you made a mistake, you do tshuva, and that's also great. And it's a celebration, again, that the Mizbeach, which is a tool, a device for bringing kapara, bringing atonement, and bringing closeness between Hashem and his people, it's a celebration of the power that Hashem has given us to use the Mizbeach and the Chagim and the temple to achieve closeness and atonement. The Mishnah goes on, Halavim, Bekinorot, the Levim would bring out the kinor, which is a type of harp or a proto-guitar type instrument, Nevolim, a lyre, which is the classical harp that we know of, Vim Tziltayim, the cymbals, Uvachatzotzrot, the trumpets that Moshe Rabbeinu is famous for making, Klei Shir, and all other musical instruments, below Mispar, without number. Now this parak was called Chalil, which is a flute, because the flute could be heard as like a solo instrument above some of the other instruments, but everyone was playing, and if you could play an instrument, you were playing. If you could sing, you were singing. Al Chamei Shisrei Malo, they were situated, the music, the band was on the 15 steps, Hayordot Ezrat Yisrael, Ezrat Nashim, that go between the Ezrat Yisrael, the Yisrael courtyard, which is in the Azara, the proper courtyard with the altar, and there's 15 steps from that gate. It's Shar Nikanor is the main gate from that Ezrat Yisrael, the Azara, down to the Ezrat Nashim. So there's 15 big steps. It's like a big semicircle arrangement. So that's where they were. Keneged Chamisha Sar Shir Hamalot Shabbat Tehillim. These 15 steps are Keneged the 15 Shir Hamalot in Tehillim. Shaleihem Leviim Omdim B'Klei Shir. Here the Leviim were situated with their musical instruments, Omrim Shira, and singing their songs, doing the music. V'Amdu Shnei Kohanim B'Shar Elyon, and there were two Kohanim situated by the upper gate. Sheyored me'ezrot Yisrael, Ezrat Nashim, this gate again, the Shar Nikanor, that goes from Ezrat Yisrael, the Azara, to Ezrat Nashim, and they had two trumpets. Kara Gever, when the announcer would call out to them, Taku V'riva Taku, they do Tekiah, Trua Tekiah. Hugil Lamala Asirit, when they got to the 10th step, Taku Ryu Taku, they blow again Tekiah, Trua Tekiah. Hugil La Azara, when they got down to the floor of the Azara, the ground level, Taku Ryu Taku, they do Tekiah, Trua Tekiah again, Hayutokin V'hochin, and they would be blowing and going, Ad Shemagin Lashar Yotzi Mizrach, until they go to the gate that is the east exit of the gate of Ezras Nashim. Hafchu Pneim Lamarav. So at this point they would turn their faces back to the west. So now they're facing Shar Nikanor, they're facing the Azara and the temple itself, the Amru, and they would declare, Avotenu, Shahayu B'makam Hazeh, we had ancestors in this place. Chazei Achreihem El Heichol. They turned their backs to the Heichol, to Heichol Hashem, Ufneihem Kedma, and they faced the east. Hema mishtachavim kedma l'shemesh. They're actually bowing to the sun, and this is an unfortunate incident in Jewish history. Towards the end of the First Temple era, there were some Jews who, even in the temple of Hashem itself, used to bow down to the sun. And it sounds like they were going to the temple and bringing a carbon, and to be on the safe side, they were also bowing down to the sun. The Gemara and probably the Mefarshim on Yechezkel chapter 8, they point out that it's not bad enough they were bowing to the sun. And also their achareihem was to the temple. Their behind was to the temple. They were behaved in a disgusting manner towards the temple. The anu, but us who are celebrating Hashem in the temple, laka einenu, our eyes are towards Hashem. Rabbi Yehuda Omer hayushonim, they would repeat it. Omrim anu laka einenu. We are thanking and acknowledging Hashem for the Mizbeach, the Nisuch HaMayim, and everything, the holiday, we are acknowledging Hashem, and to Hashem are our eyes. So now Mishnah Hey, on the subject of blowing the trumpet in the celebration, they go on to discuss blowing the trumpet in the temple, which is used, as we'll see, as a signal. Bekol Yom, ein pochtin me'esrim v'achat tkiyot b'mikdash. So no less than 21 trumpet tkiyot in the mikdash, ein mosifin or arba'im b'shmoni, and never more than 48. Farshim point out that it could be on an Erev Shabbos, Erev Pesach, there could technically be more than 48. But let's just stick with the Mishnah. B'chol yom hayu sham esrim v'achat tkiyot b'mikdash. Every day there were at least 21. Shalosh l'figat sha'arim, 3 for the opening of the gates in the morning. Taisha l'tamid shel shachar, 9 during the service of the morning offering, the morning daily offering. Taisha l'tamid shel ben arbaim, and 9 more during the afternoon offering. So 21. Uva musafin, on a day where there's a musaf, like Shabbat and Rosh Chodesh, Hayim Musifim Od Teisha. There's another 9 for the Musaf offering. Over Erev Shabbat, on Friday, Hayim Musifin Od Sheish. There's 6 more. Shalosh Lahat Bila'am Mimlocha. 3 to tell people it's time to stop work and start going home. Shalosh Lahavdil Ben Kodesh L'chol. And 3 more to signal the start of Shabbat. Obviously, they'd blow the tekiah right before Shabbat, like a minute before, to say, hey, it's Shabbat now. No more Melacha. Erev Shabbat Shabbatoch HaChag. Erev Shabbat that was during the Sukkot. Hayusham arba'im mishmoni, there was 48. Shalosh b'dei sha'arim, 3 at the opening of the gates. Shalosh the shar elyon, 3 for the upper gate when they'd go down to draw the water. Shalosh the shar tachton, and 3 for the lower gate leading out of the temple to get the water. Shalosh le mlui mayim, and 3 more when they're filling the golden flask for the nisuch hamayim. Shalosh al gabei mizbeach, 3 more when they're putting the aravot, leaning the aravot on the mizbeach. Teisha l'tomid shel shachar, and then 9 for the morning continual offering. Teisha l'tomid shel ben arbaim, 9 more for the afternoon tamid. Teisha l'musafin, 9 for the musaf offerings. Shalosh lahat bila'am min ha'melacha, and again it's Erev Shabbos, so 3 to stop people from working. Shalosh lahavdil ben kodesh lechol, and the last 3 to say Shabbos is here. Yashar koach, and be well.